Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad ZUBAIR bin HASNI and I will be your moderator for this today's forum. The title of our forum is Artificial Intelligence, its pros and cons. First thing first, I will start by introducing our panels. Let's start with our working professional. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, the moderator. Hello, my name is Muhammad Afiq Haziq. I'm working in human resources for a tech company, and I oversee hiring, employee management, and also company growth initiative. Because of my multiple roles, I can give more opinion on AI application impacts on both of sides, which is the employers and also the employees side of standpoint.
Okay, now let's move on to our next panel. From He has an educated background. Please introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad AQIL Haziq bin Razdan, a high school teacher. I've been teaching for over 10 years, and in recent years, I've seen AI being introduced into classroom in various ways, especially with tools to help students to learn more.
Now, let's move on to our last panel. Please introduce yourself. Here is our panel, which will represent the general's opinion.
Hello everyone, my name is ELYAS. I'm your average person who encounters AI in my day-to-day life. From social media to apps that recommends me on music and groceries, I'll be telling a user perspective on how AI gives an enormous impact in our daily life or the user base in a whole.
So, artificial intelligence is everywhere in our world currently. There is artificial intelligence used in social media algorithm and obviously in ChatGPT, which all of us students use for our education. Now, question arises. Does artificial intelligence do more harm than good or vice versa? Now, we will move on to our first panel, Afiq. We would like to hear your opinion about this question. Does artificial intelligence affect the relationship between employees and employer in companies?
Okay, that's a great question, but I will answer for the employer's standpoint first. So, from an employer's standpoint, AI can be very beneficial because of its characteristic of can do the repetitive tasks of lower skilled jobs. So, for example, of lower skill jobs is scanning the resumes and also managing the employee records. This will let the HR to focus more on advanced skill roles such as team building and also strategy development. On the other hand, from the employees' side of standpoint, there are some concern because of the efficiency of the AI itself. It can means job replacement. So because of that, it will be fewer jobs can be offered for the lower level workers, while the company benefits, the employee also face uncertainty.
How interesting. I see and understand your point. So, can we conclude that artificial intelligence actually managed to create balance between the efficiency of companies and the loss of jobs for workers?
Yes, exactly. AI can definitely increase the productivity of a company, but it also can mean of countless workers can lose their job is not if not handled responsibly. So because of that, the company need to take the opportunity to upskill their workers so that they will get a lot of opportunity of new roles for them in the future. So otherwise, there's will be more harm than goods.
I see. Thank you, Afiq, for your generous and deep insights. Now, let's continue with our second panel, Akil. I have a question for you. Does artificial intelligence actually affects the relationship between students and educators?
Alright, so AI in education is both helpful and risky. On the positive side, AI helps teacher give lessons that fit each student's need. It can look at how a student learns best and offer lessons or tools to help them. This is especially useful for students who find traditional teaching hard. However, there are also worries. AI cannot replace the human part of teaching. Teacher provide emotional supports, guidance, and help students to solve problems in real times, which AI cannot do. There's also a risk that students might rely too much on AI, which could hurt their critical thinking and problem solving skills.
I see. From what I can understand, from your opinion, I can conclude that artificial intelligence actually require human touch to create balance. Is it true?
So, yes, exactly, AI is a tool, not a replacement. Teachers need to find ways to integrate it without losing the personal connection with the students.
Thank you, Akil, for your generous opinion. Now, let's move on to our final panel for today's forum. Ilyas, I would like to ask a question for you. Since you are representing the general opinion, the question will be, what are your feelings about artificial intelligence in your daily life?
Well, as a regular user, AI is everywhere. It's in my phone, recommending me on shows on what I should watch, with reminders of events that may interest me, and even suggesting products that I may need in my daily life. So, in one hand, AI is super convenient. It, who doesn't want a personalized recommendation or an automatic reminder that can increase efficiency and productivity in their life? But I also acknowledge on the other side of the coin that they are concerned about AI from a privacy perspective. AI algorithm can track everything that you do online. So it can know where you visit in website that you visit and where and know what product that you search. So it feels like that you are always being monitored whenever you are going online. So it's truthfully saying is quite creepy sometimes when an app knows what you want before even you do. Am I right?
Yes, I have to agree with your opinion. And it does seem scary that artificial intelligence can actually track us down. So, um, I have questions. Does the safety risk and harm actually manage to outweigh the the living benefits?
Well, in my opinion, it's actually a tough call. It's a mix of both worlds. In one hand, it's convenient because it can give a lot of benefits, but I'm also aware that I need to make sure the data that I'm sharing is not very personal, so it doesn't know exactly on how to manipulate me. So I think the user base or the public should have more on hands or more control about the data that are being used. But as of right now, there is no such transparency.
I see. Thank you, Ilyas, for your generous opinion. Now, since we have already finished each panel's question, let's move on to our next agenda, which is an open discussion between us. So, first thing first, I would like for each of you to share whether you agree or disagree with each of the opinions which with each of the panel's opinion. And also, obviously, I would like all of you to answer my questions. Does artificial intelligence actually have many disadvantages in general?
Okay, let's start with my opinions from an employee's standpoint. So I think the biggest drawback for the AI application is of course the job displacement. I think this is a solid answer because it will pose a huge challenge for industries that are already struggling with a lot of their matters. And while AI is bringing a lot of benefits for the company, it also can exacerbate the income inequality if the workers are left behind.
Alright. Alright, so I agree with that, but I want to add another major drawback, which is over reliance. So most likely for the AI, like a ChatGPT, most of the students will use the ChatGPT for straightforward answer. So they are not thinking, just insert the question and get the question without use their natural thinking, and yeah, their over reliance without try to solve it by itself.
Well, as for me, I think the downfall, the disadvantage of AI is I think it's more about privacy. The more we use AI, the more data that we give away. So we do not know on how the data is being used. The idea of companies or even government using it to influence or manipulate our decision is very scary.
There is surely a lot of disadvantages of artificial intelligence. Now, can you share the advantages of artificial intelligence?
Okay, so let me start first. For the companies, the AI application brings an incredible values, such as it helps with the streamline operation and also improve the customer service by using the chatbot. As we can see nowadays, uh, majority of the customer service are using AI as an operation based than using the real person, and it also can generate not generate I'm sorry, it also can predict the trends for the companies to stay competitive. So for the employee who can adapt to these changes, it can open a whole new opportunities for jobs, which is the AI maintenance and also the data analysis.
Alright, so for the advantages, so yeah, AI is very helpful in education, such as it can help the students to find the answer or maybe a specific solution for the question that they might find difficult to solve. And as an educator itself, I also use the ChatGPT, an AI, to find something that I might find it's difficult to solve it. Like now, if we have an AI, we don't need to go to research one by one. That is waste of the time. Like you use a book at the library to find the information about what you want to search. But instead, if you use an AI, it will very easy as you just search, and the answer will go out itself.
So as for me, a public user, for everyday life is more about the convenience of AI. So AI brings many benefits as in it allows you to manage your schedule, it allows you to know what is the best product, and lastly, it can makes you still be connected to your friends and family even if you don't have such such connections, because AI can provide the medium for all of it. So I think it brings a lot, makes people life a lot easier for a lot of people.
How incredible! It seems that each of the panel's opinion managed to open our minds regarding artificial intelligence about its advantages and disadvantages. Since our forum has reached to the end, I can conclude that artificial intelligence actually has its advantages and disadvantages. Also, artificial intelligence can also be harmful to a person or to a company. It will also only depending on how we use it, on how the user will actually manage the artificial intelligence. For example, in education, if the students manage to use the artificial intelligence to gain more knowledge instead of just trying to search for answers, students can actually benefit from the artificial intelligence. That's all from us. Thank you.